Hi everyone, welcome to the Essex Sport Facebook page. My name's Arlene. I have a lovely 30-minute yoga session for you today. You want to grab your yoga mat or Pilates mat, or just have a lot of space to move around freely and that you're comfortable. And you might grab some water, and throughout the session just do any of the movements that feel comfortable and appropriate for you today. Okay, great. So we're going to start coming to lay back on our mats. As you do so, just check in what position feels comfortable today. Do you like having your knees bent or your legs straight? And you can make little adjustments to your arms and how your shoulders feel on the ground. And you can even place a little cushion behind your head if that feels more comfortable, or even a little prop, a rolled up mat or towels underneath your knees. So as you come to feel your contact points in the mat, just notice your breath. Notice your in-breath and your out-breath. And imagine that you could breathe into your back body, all the places where you touch the mat. So with each breath, as you inhale, you can feel your body begin to expand into the mat behind your head, your shoulders, your legs, your feet. And as you exhale, just starting to soften and relax. And with each breath, just progressively feeling your body relax into that space behind you, the back of your neck, your shoulders, your feet and legs, your hands and arms. And as you exhale, softening and relaxing your shoulders. Good. Another round of breath here, just relaxing into that space behind you with your breath, and even to the space to the sides, so that you can feel your body expand through your rib cage outwards, and even the space above you. And as you exhale, relaxing, contracting. And when you're ready, we'll just make little movements to reconnect with our body. You might wiggle your fingers and toes and turn your head side to side. We're going to keep laying on the ground, but if you bring your legs out into a V position, and the same with your arms, if you bring your arms up overhead, so it feels like you're a star, or like you're preparing for a snow angel on the ground. So just relax there for a moment and make your shoulders comfortable. But we'll stay here in stillness for a moment or two. In the star position, lying down star, and just feel your fingers almost lengthen away from your body, but your arms are heavy so they can relax to their touching points, and as well as your toes, that they start to lengthen outwards. Good. Just another breath there, and just notice where that creates a bit of space in your body, perhaps your shoulder joints, your hip space, your lower back maybe. Get all your touching points in the ground or support, hopefully. And when you're ready, you can just gently relax your arms down and bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. And from here, if you just lift your heels off the ground, so you're on the balls of your feet, and you can make your shoulders comfortable, just feel like you're in alignment, and then bring your arms up overhead. And then very slowly start to exhale and lower your arms, so your arms can rest comfortably on the ground, and you might bend your elbows a little bit to do that. And just notice how that feels. Does it feel like it creates a little kind of length in your lower back? Good, so one more breath here. Lovely. And then slowly relax your heels to the ground. Good. Bring one foot off the floor. I'm going to bring my right foot off the floor and just hold your shin. Open your knee out to the side and rest your ankle on your thigh. And just stay there for a moment. Good. And then just gently start to sway side to side so you can feel the weight kind of transfer from the foot on the floor. So my left foot's on the ground. And just notice how that feels. Maybe there's a sense of kind of release in your lower back. You can make the range quite large or small. Just see what feels nice for you, and do it as fast or slow as feels comfortable for your body in this moment. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to the stillness and just place your feet on the floor. And then as you exhale, lower both knees over to the right side just for a moment. Just allow your knees to relax. You can just put support underneath your knees with some pillows or blocks, and just notice if that starts to relax the top of your left thigh, or if whichever side your knees are, the leg that's higher. So my knees are to the right, so my left thigh feels a little bit of a release. If it feels like you're kind of twisting your knee, bring your knee back upwards a little bit. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll bring our knees over to the center and just take a moment to notice how does the right side of your body feel compared to the left. Good. And then we'll start with the figure four with our legs. So if you take the other foot, open your knee out to the side. So I'm lifting my left foot off the floor, left knee out to the side, ankle resting on right thigh, and just start with that little sway. So that kind of creates a figure four with our legs. And just feel that release side to side, Or where do you feel a release as you sway side to side? Maybe in your lower back, and you can do that at the pace that feels comfortable for you. If you want to do that slowly or more rapidly than I am, just see what feels nice for your body. Good. And then we'll come back to stillness and place your foot on the floor, so both feet on the floor with knees bent, and we'll have both knees relax over to the other side. So I'm having my knees over to the left. And just see where that creates a little release here. So in that stillness, you can feel your muscles start to let go and just turn off and disengage. So you could perhaps, if that feels uncomfortable at all, of course, lift your knees higher or just your upper knee. Good. One more breath here. Lovely. And then we'll bring our knees back to center. Good. Lift your feet off the floor. Hold onto your shins and just find any rocking motion that feels comfortable. So whether that's drawing circles on the ceiling with your knees, or you might lift your forehead up if that feels more comfortable and hold in stillness. Or you can butterfly your knees open, so anything that feels nice for your body. It's a little wake up for your lower back. Good, and when you're ready, you can either roll to one side or just gently rock up from here. Good, and we'll come to all fours on hands and knees. Good, just setting up for cat and cow, so hands width of your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips, about 2 fists between them. Good, and just relax your shoulder blades down so you can feel a nice long neck and spine. Good, so at your own pace, inhale for cow, relax your belly towards the mat, tailbone tips up and look up with your head. As you exhale, around your spine, you can look down at your knees, relax through the back of the neck, feel your shoulder blades start to open. Good, and just do that again at your own pace. Inhaling for cow, belly softening, you can feel that openness that creates in your chest, in front of your body. And as you exhale, relax through your shoulder blades, the back of your neck, your lower back. Good, we'll do 2 more rounds of cat and cow at your own pace. And just move at the rhythm that feels comfortable for you. Good. And then we'll come back to all fours on hands and knees after your last round. Good. Just relax in child's pose for a moment. Bottom coming to your heels. You'd slowly bring upper body down. Rest your forehead on your fists, 1 or 2, or the ground. Check in if you'd like to reach your arms towards your fingertips to the front of the mat, or you might bend your elbows and rest there. You can even relax your hands either side of your feet if that's preferable. Any tension in your lower back, you might widen the space between your knees and bring your toes towards each other, just to create more space there if that feels more comfortable. Good, 1 more breath here. Lovely. And then from here, we'll take a little side bend. So if you lift your forehead off the mat and walk your hands on the floor towards the one side, I'm choosing my right. Just relax there. Head can rest downward if that's comfortable. And you might reach, if your hands to the right, you might reach your left arm a little bit further away. Good, so breathe into that side body so your hip and your rib cage have a chance to just create a little release. Lovely. Then we'll lift forehead, walk through center, and just do that same thing. Side bend over to the other side, to the left. Any support for your head, you can use a block or a cushion here or rolled up towel. And you might reach your hand near your center further away. So I've taken my side bend to the left. I can reach my right arm a bit further away. Good, 1 more breath here. Lovely. And forehead lifts, walk through center. We'll rise up to all fours on hands and knees. And from here, bring your right foot forward between your hands. Good, so we're going to be on our knees for a bit. So if you do have any knee issues, you're welcome to fold up your mat or grab a folded up towel here. Okay, so we're going to lift chest away from your thigh and just come to that nice kneeling position. So your hips still feel like they're evenly facing forwards. It's not like one's more forward than the other unless that helps with balance. If you do feel unstable, you can widen your knees side to side. Okay. Great, so from here, if you open your arms out into a T and your palms are facing down, lovely. And then start to inhale and rotate through your shoulders so your palms turn up and you can look up towards the ceiling. Just notice how that feels. Be kind to your neck. Good, and then as you exhale, lower your arms, head comes back upright. Good, and then relax your hands behind you. So you can either bend your elbows, rest your hands on your lower back, or interlace your fingers and start to rotate through your shoulders to lengthen your knuckles away. Imagine you're trying to lengthen the top of your head up towards the ceiling, so like elongates your spine. And as you exhale, hinge forward, like you're leading with your heart space or your breastbone. Stop at any point. If you want more, you can come step your front foot over to the side and draw your chest on the inside part of your thigh. So just see how that feels for you. But still continue to lengthen the top of your head forward. And a really nice way to breathe into your lower back. Good. And when you're ready, slowly push your feet, hinge back up like the top of your head is magnetized to the ceiling. Good. And we'll stay as we are. Again, just check in. You can add support for underneath your knee on the ground. So open your arms out to a T. And as you exhale, rotate towards your bent knee. So my right foot's forward, so I'm rotating towards my right. Good. Hello, and just see how that feels. You can stay there with your arms. You might turn your head behind you. If you want more, you can place your hand on the outside edge of your knee and your hand and your backhand on your lower back. Just see wherever that's comfortable for you. So do you like that sense of reaching out? It's a bit more intense and builds heat, but you can also rest your arms down lower and focus on the rotation. Good, one more breath here. Good, and we'll bring our arms back up to that T, rotate back, and then come down to a kneeling position. So you're staying upright, so your bottom's away from your heels, shoulders over your hips, reach your arms up overhead. And you can start to look up at your fingertips if that's comfortable and you have no blood pressure issues. If you want more, you can start to reach your fingers up away from you. So you can feel how that lifts your rib cage away from your hips. And it almost becomes a little upper back bend as an option. So just come into that as much as feels comfortable. No compression here of the neck, but more of a lengthening upwards. Same with the lower back, so it doesn't hurt. It just feels like a great space. Good, one more breath here, lovely. And we'll gently come back down to all fours on hands and knees, and just check in with how you feel. You can relax your shoulders down. Then we'll do the same on the other side. So the left foot comes forward, or other foot comes forward between your hands. Start to lift your chest away from your thigh. Check in, hips evenly forward. You can widen the space side to side for more comfort if it feels unstable. Arms open out to your T, palms facing down. Inhale, rotate through your shoulders as you turn your head to look up. Good. And then as you exhale, rotate your arms, palms facing down, head upright. Relax your arms by your side. Hands come either behind you on your hips or interlaced. Rotating through your shoulders so your knuckles lengthen and feel that nice space that creates in your chest. Lengthen the top of your head up as you inhale. And as you exhale, slowly hinge forward to bring your breastbone forward. Stop wherever that's comfortable. Again, you can step your left foot out to the side and bring your chest on the inside edge of your thigh. Of your left thigh, and just notice how that feels, still elongating the top of your head forward and breathing to your lower back. Okay, then push your feet, hinge upward, top of the head grows, good, towards the ceiling, lovely, and relax your arms away, lovely. So bring our arms back to that T, palms are facing down, like that's in front. As you exhale, rotate towards it, good. You can keep your arms into that T. You might lower, bring your hand on the outside edge of your knee, and maybe even place your hand on your lower back. Just see which one you prefer. More length and space here, or kind of more dynamic, reaching outwards, wherever that's comfortable to turn your head. Good, then we'll rotate back to center, relax your arms, relax your legs, back to all fours on hands and knees. Good, from here, if you tuck your toes under, we'll set up for downward facing dog. Bottom to your heels, relax through your hands like they're softening into wet clay. And then as you exhale, lift your hips up, like there's a little cloud drawing your hips up towards the ceiling. And just make downward facing dog your own. You're welcome to come to child's pose from all fours first if you prefer. You might start to bend your knees and bicycle your feet. You can lift. Another option is to lift your heels off the floor, maybe bend your knees, lift your hips up, and then lower your heels down. You can explore your flying dog here if that feels nice, lifting one knee at a time. Good. And if you do flying dog, just exploring that equally on both legs. Good. Just see what feels nice for you. Lovely. And when you're ready, just a few more breaths here in downward facing dog. We'll start to transition to forward fold. So just at your own pace, walking your hands forward. Come to forward fold, checking that the weight feels even throughout your feet. You might have your knees bent if that's more comfortable. And you can rest your forearms on your legs, or rest your hands on your thighs, or any portion of your legs, or the fingertips on the floor. Good, one more breath here. A little bend in your knees. Draw your navel inward, and fold your spine up to standing. Just bring your head up last. Good, when you're upright, we'll bring our arms up overhead. Take another little upper back bend, weight to your heels, hips come forward. Lengthen your fingertips upwards so you feel your rib cage lift away from your hips. And then as you exhale, open your arms up to the side. You can give everything a little shake. Good, so we'll do a little standing sequence now that will challenge the balance. You're welcome to come off mat or stand near a wall. If you start with your feet about the width of your hips, your heels are about the width of your hips, and turn your toes out to the side. And just check in so your shoulders are stacked above your hips, fingertips interlace. And as you inhale, imagine the breath is where your hands are, and your hands come up to your heart, to your chest. And as you exhale, turn your palms to face down. And just do 2 more breaths in that manner. So just at your own pace, inhale, palms turn up, elbows bend, relaxing through your collarbones. And as you exhale, palms turn down. So just centering with our breath. Once more. Good. Lovely. So we're going to add to this. So as you inhale, elbows bend, palms turn up, and as you exhale, bend your knees and palms turn down. And just come into that as much as feels comfortable. So inhale, starting to straighten our legs, elbows bend, palms up, and exhale, palms down. And You don't have to come deeply into that bend, just as much as feels comfortable. It's good. So once more. Good. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to change the movement a little. So continue with the bend, but inhale, elbows bend, palms are up. Exhale, knees bend, palms down. This time, keep your arms straight, turn your palms away from you as you inhale, and your arms come up overhead. And then as you exhale, open your arms out to the side. Okay, so a little change to that. So fingers interlace, inhale, elbows bend, palms up. Exhale, knees bend, palms down. Straight arms this time. Inhale, palms turn away from you. Straighten legs. Coming up, standing at your own pace. Exhale, arms open out to the side. Good. So once more. Inhaling, elbows bend, palms up. Exhale, knees bend, palms down. Inhale, straight arms, palms turn away from you. Straightening our legs. And exhale, open out to the side. Good. So now we'll add the balance at the end. So inhaling, elbows bend, palms up. Exhale, knees bend, palms down. Inhale, straight arms, palms turn away from you. Here's the balance. So as your legs come straight, you can start to lift your heels off the floor. Stay for a little balance. You can imagine you're lengthening the top of your head up towards the back of your hands. The palms extend up towards the ceiling. You can feel that breath in your rib cage. Good. And then as you exhale, we'll lower down. We'll come back to this. Just do 2 more rounds. On the second round, we'll hold the balance for longer. Good. So inhale, elbows bend, palms up. Exhale, knees bend, palms down. Good. Inhale, straight arms come up overhead. A little balance, optional heel lift. Good. And when you're ready, exhale, floating arms outward. Good. 1 more round. We'll hold the balance longer as an option. So inhale, elbows bend, palms up. Exhale, knees bend, palms down. Inhale, palms turn away from you, arms straight overhead. Here we'll hold the balance, lifting heels off the floor. Stay for as long as it feels comfortable. Think about that alignment of spine. So your shoulders are above your hips. Creating a lovely long spine. Palms lengthening upwards. Breathe into your rib cage in all directions, to the front of you, to the sides, and behind you. Good. And just when you're ready, at your own pace, you can start to relax out of your balance. Good. And we'll step our feet together, give everything a little shake. Good. And from a hip width stance, if you inhale, arms up. Exhale, sit as if to chair. Let your arms relax down. You can widen the space between your feet if that's more comfortable when your knees bend, or even turn your toes out to the side. Just see what feels comfortable for you. Once more. Lovely. And we'll open arms out to the side. You can give everything a little shake. So if you step your legs into a straddle position, you might have your toes forward, or you might have them out to the side. Just see what's just more comfortable for your hip space. Get the shoulders are above your hips. Open your arms out into a T. Good. And just stay there for a moment and reach your fingertips out away from you, like you're trying to touch the walls either side. Good. You can notice how that opens the chest space. 1 more breath here. Good. Then turn your palms forward by rotating through your shoulders and reach your fingers long in opposite directions. Good. From here, as you exhale, just rotate to one side. So I'm going to rotate from my waist over to the left. You might look over your shoulder behind you to deepen that rotation if that's comfortable. Good. Then coming back to center, arms stay. Exhale, other side. Nice rotation. Again, you can look behind you at your fingertips. Good. 1 more breath here. Lovely. And gently coming back forward. Good. So arms can stay if that's comfortable. If it's feeling intense, you might place your hands on your hips. But imagine the top of your head lengthens up as you inhale, and that draws your navel inward. Exhale, fold here from your hip space, and just slowly come to a forward folded position, keeping a long spine. At maximum, your chest parallel to the floor. You can bend your knees if that's more comfortable. Good. And then we'll do that same movement we did standing. So as you exhale, rotate. So you're turning to one side. You can feel one arm extend up. So I'm turning towards my left side, and my left arm is up towards the ceiling. You can have your fingertips brush the floor if that's more comfortable. Just stay for a moment. You can feel that openness that creates in your chest space as your arms radiate outwards away from your body. Good. Head wherever that's comfortable to look. So it's kind of on your neck. Lovely. And then as you exhale, rotate back to center. And then we'll do the other side. So just come into that at your own pace. If it's getting a bit intense with your arms out, you can place your one hand on your hip, or even both hands on your hips, or rest on your forearm. Good. So you can even use a block here underneath your hands. Good. So 1 more breath here. Lovely. Then as you exhale, rotate back to center. Good. Bend your knees a little bit. Place your fingertips on the floor. Good. And then we'll straighten our legs as much as feels comfortable, just coming to a wide leg forward fold. So you can do that with your hands on your legs. If you have any props, you can place your hands under there. If you want to come deeper into your wide leg forward fold, you might widen the space between your feet and even bend your elbows to rest your forearms on the ground. But just think about where the edge of tension arises. So just avoiding any intense sensations, just wherever that feels like your body just is easing in before that edge of tension arises. Good, so one more breath here. So lovely. And when you're ready, just slowly bend your knees. Good, and we'll come to sit on the floor with knees bent. Okay. So with your knees bent, just place your feet next to each other. Good, and we're going to practice Baddha Konasana, or cobbler's pose. So butterfly your knees open, bottoms of your feet touch, hold onto your ankles, and just lengthen the top of your head upwards. You can feel your sitting bones connect with the ground. Good, stay here if that feels most comfortable for you and you have enough sensation on your inner legs. If you want more, you can imagine your breastbone leads and keep that long spine, but just slowly start to hinge forward. So stop wherever that's comfortable. Sometimes it's nice to hold onto your ankles or your feet, but you're welcome to relax your hands in front of you. You can come as deeply into it as feels right for you. Another option is to imagine the soles of your feet are like a book, and you can open them up towards the ceiling. And another way to kind of refine the sense of sensation is to have the little toe side of your foot, so the outside edge of your foot, kind of draw inwards towards each other, and you can feel how that kind of connects with the lower back. So just come into that as much as feels comfortable. We'll stay here for a few breaths, but just really start to connect with the ground, so you're touching points, the parts of your feet, your lower back, and just let your body feel heavy. Notice the breath. Does your breath feel at ease? Can you feel your breath rise from your tailbone up through your spine to the top of your head? And as you exhale, let go, so your muscles can just turn off. Good, one more breath here. Lovely. And to come out, just at your own pace. Imagine the top of your head is trying to lengthen forward, then rises upwards towards the ceiling. And at your own pace, when you're upright, bring your knees towards the ceiling. Create a bit of space between your feet. You can relax your hands either side of you, and then just start to windshield wiper your knees side to side. So just notice how that feels, and that's just a nice way to kind of open up the hip space. You can do that with your feet closer to you in a larger range of motion if that's comfortable. Good. So one more breath there. Lovely. Okay, great. So we're going to come back to sitting. Just open your legs into a straddle position. You might flex your feet and lengthen your heels. If this is uncomfortable on your ankles, you can place a rolled up towel underneath your ankles or underneath your heels, just see what feels comfortable for you. Okay, so initially if you start with your hands either side of you and just lean back a little, so that creates a nice length in your spine. And maybe this is where you'd like to stay today. If you want more, keep that long spine, just walk your hands forward, lengthen the top of your head up, and then you can slowly start to fold forward again, leading with your breastbone. You might place your hands on your legs and let them slide down towards your toes, or if you prefer, you can have your hands in front of you. So just wherever that's comfortable, you can slowly start to walk forward. Again, just think about that edge of tension, but let your legs feel heavy. Okay, perhaps you can feel that create a nice release on the inner part of your legs. Good. And just focus on the flow of your breath. You can feel how this kind of tips your hips, so it tilts them and your tailbone is more towards the back. Good. And it's quite nice to have that long spine to you, that nice connection, so it's really like your breastbone is leading when you come forward. Good. So again, just come into that as much as feels comfortable. Check in if that's where you would like to stay, or if you want to ease back a little bit. Good, so one more round of breath here. Lovely. And then when you're ready, we'll come up by either hinging up with the top of your head. If you prefer, you can reach your arms in front of you and hinge up. Let's see which one's nicer. Open arms out to the side and just do that same movement we did earlier by bending your knees, leaning back, hands either side of you, and just windshield wiper your knees side to side. And just notice how that can kind of ease any tension in your lower back or your hip space. Good. Again, you can do that with a wider range of motion by bringing your feet a bit closer to you. Good. Okay, lovely. We'll come to lay on our back with knees bent. And just think about one of the earlier movements we did in the practice. So with your feet on the floor, just lift one foot. So I'm lifting my right foot, rotating from the side, turn knee out to the side, and resting ankle on opposite side. Good, so we did that earlier at the start. Just checking that your hips feel even. Good. This time, instead of swaying, though, we'll lift. Stay here if that's comfortable. If you want more sensation, you can lift your left heel off the floor, the foot on the ground. You can lift your whole foot and even place your hands either side of your thigh or your shin. Stay there if that's comfortable. If you want more, you can flex your foot and lengthen your heel away. And if you want more from there, you can lift your chest up towards your legs. So just come into that as much as feels comfortable. But just think about where you touch the ground. So if the lift of your chest creates any tension on your neck, it might be preferable to relax. And you can do this with a strap as well if you've got one handy. Place it around the sole of your foot. Good. And just feel like your hips are even. So does it feel kind of like you're leaning to one side, and you make little adjustments to relax. You can check in if you like flexing both feet. You can even start to explore movement with your straight leg, your extended leg. So I've got my left leg extended. You can point and flex your foot. If you do a lot of running, it's quite nice to kind of turn the sole of your foot inward and outward, so that you can feel that on your lower leg. Good. You can even start to do a little rotation of your ankle to see what feels nice for you, or even point and flex your foot. Any combination that feels nice. Good. And then when you're ready, just very slowly we'll bend knees, feet on the floor, and just as you bring your feet on the floor, you can check in either in stillness, or you might like to just do a little windshield wiper side to side if you feel any kind of tension in your lower back or your hip space. Good. And then we'll come to the center and just set up to do the same on the other leg. Good. So I'm keeping my right foot on the floor this time, the left foot lifts, knee out to the side through that rotation in the hip space. Ankle resting, just setting up so I feel nice and even in my hips and my spine, right and left side, and just check in. So same options. Would you like to lift your heel? Maybe lift your foot, maybe hold your thigh or extend your leg, maybe get that lift of your chest, and you can relax out of that any time, and just see if you'd like to add that pointing and flexing, or turning the sole of your foot inward and outward to the center of your body in a way, or rotating your ankle. So anything that feels nice in either direction. Good. And as you focus on that movement as an option of your ankle, just gives your body a chance to relax into the posture. So maybe you start to feel a little bit of ease in your lower back or your hip space. Good. Last breath here. Lovely. Good. And then we'll just gently bend knees, place feet on the floor. Good. And if you bring both of your thighs towards your stomach, hold your shins, and just check in. You can lift your forehead up towards your knees here. Okay. Great. Okay. Lovely. So you flex your feet, keeping your knees bent, and then lengthen your heels away. And you can hold onto the back of your thighs, so both of our legs are extended away from you, so just find wherever that is. You can do this with a strap. Just let your lower back feel comfortable. Good, so one more breath here. Lovely. And then just gently bend your knees, feet on the floor, and we'll just set up for a little bridge pose. So feet about the width of your hips, hands either side of your hips, palms facing down. Good. Feel your hips even, and then as you exhale, tilt your tailbone upwards, start to lift your bottom away from the floor, lift as high as feels comfortable. Just practice your bridge at your own pace. Nice to keep your spine nice and long. Option to tuck your shoulder blades under and interlace your fingers. If you want to make it a bit more dynamic, you can lift one foot off the floor and just stay with that, and then do the other. Another option is option 3. You can flex your foot and lengthen your heel away. Hold for a few breaths, and then lower down before you do the other side. Just do that at your own pace. Okay, just running through the options for you. Come down at any time if you feel tension arise in your lower back. Just explore that for a few more breaths in your bridge pose, different options. Another option, if you're quite secure, if it feels quite sturdy, when you extend your leg, you can even open your leg out to the sides. You can feel that it challenges the muscles a bit, creates a bit of strength on your inner leg. And then really stabilizing for your muscles here. Okay, so just explore that, and again, come out at any time. And then when you're ready, we'll start to think about coming down. So after you have both feet on the floor and you've done your legs evenly, just start to relax one vertebrae down at a time. So if you're already out of your posture, or when you do find your hips in contact with the ground, you can lift your feet off the floor, hold your shins, and just find a rocking motion that feels nice for you. So you can lift your forehead up towards your knees. You might butterfly your knees open in either direction. Sometimes it's quite nice to hold onto your toes and kind of almost rock so your toes come overhead. And you can do that with your upper body relaxed on the ground or lifted a little bit, whatever feels nice for you. Good. You can even do a little happy baby pose. Extending one leg upwards at a time is an option, nice and playful. Good. So just a little stretch out, what feels comfortable for your body. Good. And then we'll do a little rotation next. So if you keep your knees bent, arms open out to the side of the T, you can have your feet elevated or on the ground. Good. And then as you exhale, just choose one side. Relax your knees over to the side. Stop at any point. You can place a block here, or your feet might come comfortably to the ground. Relax both shoulders into the mat. See where you'd like to turn your head. And your upper leg, you might extend, and you can even hold onto your toes here. Just see what feels nice for you. And just take a few moments of stillness and breathe into that side body, your chest. Good. One more breath here. Good, really nice. You feel like your breath just creates a bit of openness through that rotation in your hips, your rib cage, your lower back. So when you're ready, knees bend, slowly come back to center, and then find the other side when you're ready. Use your exhalation. Any support underneath your legs, shoulders both relaxing towards the ground, or you can place a towel underneath your shoulder. Option to straighten your upper leg. See where you'd like to turn your head. And through that stillness, relax your toes, relax your legs, breathe into that side body, your rib cage, your chest, your lower back and hips. Just feel the breath, create that openness and space. Good, that's breath here. And when you're ready, slowly come back to center. Just make any stretch that feels nice for you. That might be a nice full body stretch. You can do another happy baby pose, little rock side to side. So just find anything that feels nice for your body. And then when you're ready, after you feel like you've stretched out and relaxed, you can come to find that comfortable position for a moment or two to relax. You can see if you like arms out to the side, one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, or with knees bent or any props or support. You can grab a blanket or towel. Good, and just take this moment to settle into the mat, into this moment. And you can feel your breath in all directions, extending into the mat behind you, letting your body feel heavy, and feel your breath expand into your rib cage to the side, into that space above you. And through your breath, you start to extend outwards into energy that surrounds you. You can feel that energy start to flow inwards to your body, filling you with calm, with peace, with softness, with space, openness. And with each exhalation, you contract and draw inward. Just feel that you expand in all directions, 360 degrees with your breath, behind you, letting go, to the sides, to above you, the soles of your feet expand, merge with a greater energy that connects us all with our life force, with the universe. Good. And you're welcome to stay here longer in your relaxation. When you do feel ready to come out, just start to sense sounds you hear, the temperature of your skin, make those little movements to reconnect with your body at your own pace, no rush. I'll leave you here now, and thank you for practicing with me today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.